Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, no matter where you are in the world. Welcome into stage 2 of the NBA Infinite Courtside Creators Showdown with RJ Barrett. I am so excited to be back with NBA Infinite. My name is Goj, and I love the fact that we're going to get a chance to cast some incredible 3v3 action. I've got with me my man, Dirk. Dirk, how you feeling, brother?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I know it's the RJ Barrett Showdown. My Dallas Mavericks are playing tonight to try to keep their hopes alive in the NBA Finals. So
sure.
by the time that we wrap up everything, I'll have a nice little encore that's going on. But, excited to jump into a new world out here in NBA Infinite to see what these guys have. I know that the content creators that we have are good, but I was talking to Chen. He was telling me a little something. He said that the guys that qualified for this are stellar at the game. So we might be some of the best seeing me put on display here.
Yeah, I can only imagine that's the case. I'm taking a look at some of the player lists and some of the qualifiers. I think one previous events we've put on. I mean, this is nuts. So we got to get into the meat and potatoes of it. But before we do, I've got to remind everybody at home to download NBA Infinite right now using the link in the description down below. You can play for free. You can also check out the bottom right-hand corner of the screen right here on our screen right now for a QR code. Also, pro tip, I didn't know this was a thing. If you're watching via mobile, you can actually just screenshot this screen right now and then click the QR code in your Photos app and it pulls it up in your internet browser. You learn something new every day. Shout out to production. But hey, go download the game right now for free. Again, get your hands on NBA Infinite now, and go follow NBA Infinite on all major socials: Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and even the official NBA Infinite Discord. So many cool places to be. Go follow them right now. All those links are down in the description below. But Dirk, it's time to talk about the format, because today's competition, well, it's not just today. A lot's been happening. I want to break it all down for everybody at home. Stage 1 actually happened before the show today, from June 10th to June 14th, where all of our potential qualifiers battled to get wins and be one of the top 2 players from each day that made today's event, which is stage 2. Today, those 8 players will be joined by 4 creators to create 4 teams of 3 who will battle against each other in a 4-team double elimination bracket, playing in that 3v3 mode. The top 2 teams from this competition today will make stage 3, which is next week, where the winning team from today will play with RJ Barrett, and the losing team will play against him in that first place team. And that's all next week, June 24th at 1 p.m. PT. So Dirk, a lot going on, a lot of competitions, but today is stage 2. Talk to me about those creators going to be joining us today.
We got some of the best NBA Infinite creators that are out there in the entire world. We got the real legend Noobkill, Cooper Chen, and of course Q2 Easy gonna be squaring off. They got their respected teams. I know that I was going into Cooper Chen's stream, just asked him some questions like, what can we expect, right? Like, who are you playing with? He was like, I don't even know who I'm actually playing with yet, but I know that everybody in here has that dog in them. That's the one thing that we do know. I mean, I've gone through looking at all their channels, and with content creators, right, we know this. We've been around for a while. Some are very competitive. Some are just here to have a good time, and I feel like that's going to show in some of these first-round matchups that we have. And speaking of first-round matchups, might as well just go ahead and take a look at the bracket to see how everything is going to square off. Your traditional style best of 3, it is going to be a double elimination, with the grand finals just being a 1 best of 3. It's going to be Team Cooper taking on Team Q2 Easy, and a Team DRL taking on Team Noobkill. I think we're going to be in for some fireworks. I hope it's not a night of just full-on sweeps the entire time, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Look, I gotta give a shout out to some of the players that qualified. They're all incredibly talented. You were talking to some of the creators beforehand. I was as well, and they were basically saying, watch out for these qualifiers, man. These players are different. I gotta give a quick shout out to Team DRL. This is probably my favorite to win, because they've got my main man Sora on that team. It's Sora and then Inley playing with DRL. Sora dominated the competition last time I casted over NBA Infinite with a different NBA player in the title head. It was an unbelievable performance, specifically in 3v3. Sora is a dominating presence on the court, so watch out for that team. That's probably my pick, but I'm excited to see some of these other players. We've got Juanton and Ringman playing with Noobkill. We've got Cooper playing with Stan and Amari, and then it's Q2 Easy playing with EBK, Man, and Format. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited to watch these teams. If you do have some folks that maybe you're cheering on here in the chat and any of our major live streaming platforms. We're live all over the place. Shout them out. I want to hear who you think's going to win. Maybe your friend is qualified through and you're cheering him on. We want to see that here in our live stream channels. But Dirk, I think it's time for game one already. We're ready to rock and roll. Creators aren't messing around. Kick us off here as we win the kickoff, or the tip-off rather, and swing it out to the right-hand side, left-hand side, moving it all around.
Yeah, I was going through, and like the main thing that I wanted to know, right? Because when we're watching the game of basketball, we know who the best of the best players are on the world. Doesn't mean that's going to translate to the video game world either. So I was getting a good feel of like who to expect when we go out there, because you know it just kind of varies. Some guys might be good at shooting jump shots, other ones only good there on the inside. So I put together a list for us to kind of guide us through who's some of the best and who we can expect. Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Damian Lillard, Legendary Curry, Jason Tatum, and Anthony Davis could be guys that we see. That's why immediately when I saw Klay Thompson out there, I'm like, okay, well, we already have a shift from what I saw from the past couple hours.
Yeah, you got Joel Embiid too. I love that call out. I love the research already. We've had a couple people go up for some early dunks and get blocked, which is not abnormal. I think one of the big things we see in 3v3 mode, it's all about defense and it's all about rebounds. And that's how you get those MVPs as well. Rebounds are king. So as we hit a three from distance there, close to evening it up, but anytime somebody misses, you're going to see everybody crash in going for the rebound. It's a great way to kind of turn the tides in your favor. It's only a 4-minute clock. We're already down to 2 minutes, so these are pretty quick games, so really not a lot of room for error.
Yeah, it's interesting too, right? Seeing like the different, what do I call them, power-ups, the different skills that the guys have when they're going out there. And you're already seeing like the utilization of Giannis going on the inside, trying to get as many poster dunks as possible. The strength factor maybe playing in too. That was one thing. I was looking at Cooper Chen. He was kind enough to answer so many different questions I was throwing his way. He's probably sick of listening to me by that point, but he even played an interesting style because I'm like, man, you have Anthony Davis. I know Anthony Davis can shoot the 3-ball a little bit in real life, but he spots up deep in the mid-range, which he didn't really give me a true answer to why he ends up doing that, but maybe that's why. He's just giving Giannis all the space in the world.
Yeah, and defense in this game is pretty particular too. Like, there is an auto D, but at this level of play, you've got to get in their face as much as possible. Moderately contested is the minimum that you need anytime somebody tries to take a shot. If you can create enough space to where it's not contested at all, that ball's likely going into the hoop. So watch out for that. You can kind of see the meter in front of them as they go up to take a shot. If anybody's in that space, that's going to be that contest that we talk about. And yeah, not even close. Tries to go up and immediately swat it down.
They have a crazy emphasis on like an isolation ball with Giannis this entire time. Everybody else is just spotting up. It's just Giannis trying to cook out here every single time. I love it. Look at the Euro into the dunk. I mean, it's like unstoppable at this point. They get to the elbow. As soon as that Euro step starts, good luck.
Yeah, those moves and skills that you can unlock in the game are like super valuable. And all these players, nice shot there inside for field goal. These moves are like particular to the players, but everybody that's qualified through our creators, they're like near max level on everything. So you're going to be using all of our Euro steps. You're going to be using every skill that your character has and be able to use that to your advantage in order to grab a couple more buckets. But 8-9 currently, about 38 seconds on the clock. Dirk, this will come down the wire. It is a best of 3 in this matchup, so anytime you can play D like that is huge.
Oh my, we saw a couple huge blocks coming out there from both sides. I mean, there's only 25 seconds left, and I think, yeah, Cooper's team just took the 1-point lead, but now you're playing like a real game of basketball. You got 24 seconds to work with. Next shot's for the win.
This is huge. Place it down low. Doesn't have an opening. They're gonna
panicking.
Yeah, they're gonna swing it around. Oh my, he had a space on that. The fact that missed is brutal with 5 seconds left.
I was about to say, Giannis can't shoot the 3-ball. Gotta go on the inside. What a slam, and a buzzer beater slam at that.
A massive play in the final seconds. Giannis on top, Giannis supremacy. Get the quick playback, 1 second out of the clock. Gotta throw it up. Enough time? No, not quite. Unfortunately, take the L. What a game though, 10-11, very close first round.
I like what I'm seeing, like, from both different styles. And you know, like, the Giannis usage, as I always expect. I mean, it doesn't matter what video game you put Giannis in, he would be the best at. Because guess what? He is a human cheat code. The man has the wingspan that is crazy. He's got the height. He's got the physicality as well. There you can see how the box score ended up actually playing out. Tatum getting in there with 3 assists. The Embiid on the other side didn't do anything too crazy, but the one thing I will say is something that doesn't show up in the box score is the screen usage and set up that final slam there for them to be able to take the win.
Dirk, you're speaking my language, man. It's all about the intangibles. Just because it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, you got to do it for your team. Somebody's got to do the dirty work. I love it. Well, first round's already done and dusted. Again, it's a best of 3, so you got to win twice, by the way. So excited to see if maybe it'll be a quick 2-0. It'll be our first 3-game series. It's going to be best of 3s all day today throughout the entire course of that bracket. So pumped about that one. But yeah, so far so good. What'd you think? First game in. 10-11, real tight match, and ends with a Giannis slam dunk.
I like the offense what we're seeing from Cooper's team, but Q2 easy. Like their game plan actually works. I had mentioned that you saw each time it was like the dribble into the paint, then the dribble out with Giannis to get the Euro step. Whoever was using Embiid there, they played it perfect. They were like positioning themselves in the paint, getting the perfect timing for the block, and when they got the block, it was very emphatic. It's almost like the screen ended up shaking when it would go. So it causes a little bit of hesitation. I did like the jump shooting, though, coming out there from Joel Embiid as well. Embiid was kind of like my unsung hero there in that game.
Yeah,
no crazy box scores, but hit some big-time shots going down the stretch as well, which I think is one of the keys. That the one thing that I've been seeing from when I've been watching some of these guys go out there and compete and play is the emphasis on attacking the inside and attacking a mismatch anytime that you can get it. That's why there's sometimes the guys are hesitant to actually shoot the ball. I remember when I was talking with Chen, he was saying to me about, well, you might see people use Curry, and if they're going to use Curry, guess what? They're going to shoot the ball, which is the most obvious thing that you would do with Steph Curry.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to bring up as well, because last time we did the 3v3 competition, it was a lot more emphasis on outside the ring field goal percentage. I mean, it was a lot more shooting from distance, past three-point line, some just inside. We're seeing like almost all entirety of driving to the basket. So I wonder if that's just players' play style or honestly the players and the movesets they have unlocked and who they've emphasized. I mean, if you have a 72 ranked player rather than a 90 ranked player, like that totally dictates who you play with and how, you know, your play style is dictated by what that player is good at. So that's also something to keep into account, you know, with the way these creators are paired up with qualifiers. I mean, you never know what type of kind of set you bring in and what players you end up choosing in that draft stage. So fun to watch out for. We'll see if maybe a couple more Currys pop into the mix here in 3v3 in the next couple of rounds.
Yeah, I think that what it was the posterizer skill that kept on popping up is why you just saw Giannis being able to go in there so easily. But you know, it's kind of like an immovable force type thing. When you got Embiid, he's a phenomenal defender. When he gets opportunities to block the shot, that he's going to. I mean, if it was anybody else at Giannis in that point, chalk it up. It's a bucket. Move on to the next possession. Like let's just keep the game flowing. So that's just something to try to keep an eye out for. It's easier said than done because Cooper Chen's team, it's a clear mindset that whoever's using Giannis is going to be the primary source of offense, and everybody else is just kind of there on those kickouts to try to shoot the ball. I know Chen did have couple opportunities there, did go in there, grab some good rebounds too. That's always key, as you had mentioned before too. So I'm going to wait to see if three-point shooting is going to become a big factor in this. We almost had a game-winning shot. I thought that 1 second might have been enough. It was very, very close. I think you put 1.5, 2 seconds. That shot's off. Now, does it go in? I don't think that shot even went in there at the end. So maybe we're speculating for nothing.
It's fun to speculate, though. I mean, frankly, I thought the final shot from the opposing team before the buzzer, and then we had the Giannis slam dunk, I thought that was going to go in. I don't even think that was contested. It just seemed like the angle wasn't right or it wasn't shot perfectly, and it actually banked off the side, off the rim, and then opposing team got the rebound. So, frankly, I was surprised we didn't see a swap on who won during that round because that shot was fairly wide open, just didn't quite fall in.
Yeah, I mean, it is tough. I've been playing the game a little bit.
Yeah, you've been cooking and ranked?
I like to consider. I unlocked ranked, jumped in, got like a couple W's and said, you know what?
Sure.
I'll take those for the day. Let me tackle the game. Let me get my wins and let me move on. The jump shooting, it's tough. Like I have been using Curry, so like, of course I'm knocked down. But from everybody that I've talked to at this level, right? Like playing in a competition and being a high ranked guy. Nah, like for me, I feel like it makes it look easy for me, but for the others, I can already see like how hands up. You had brought up like the moderately contested and the heavily contested shots there too. That's gonna be your only opportunity. I mean, thankfully we didn't really have to see that really be brought into play. We played what we like to call 90s basketball out there today in the street. Nobody wanted to shoot the 3 ball. Nobody wanted some jump shots except Embiid on the other team, which of all people, like he's got He's got a little bit of a jumper. It's nothing too crazy, but you know, when you stack the cards up and then you're able to get that high overall, it kind of unlocks a little bit of everything. Again, that's why when I was having some conversation, like Anthony Davis spotting up deep in the mid-range, really can't knock down a corner three. I've seen AD knock down some corner threes before, but just a bunch of different factors that the reason that we get the cop-out excuse. We're broadcasters. We're not the ones playing.
Yeah, we get to professionally yap and speculate about the draft and everything in between. Because, you know, if maybe I'm playing against Joel Embiid, so they pick up Joel Embiid. I mean, maybe you're not taking shooters because he's going to get so many blocks. I mean, he got so many blocks during that round on both sides that it was like, you know, a lot of our shots going up weren't even making it to the basket. It wasn't even close. They were getting swatted out of the air, and it was a massive emphasis. I do think I saw the screen shake every single time. Even got blocks in the paint, too, when we were driving. So, I don't know. Maybe that's part of it. Like, you really need that Euro step in order to create some space down under the basket, and that's why they went for Giannis there. But I don't know, that was really fun to watch. I'm excited for the next round. I think we're about to get into the gameplay here just shortly. Again, this will be game 2. It's a best of 3 series, so gotta win 2 out of the 3, so we could go to a game 3 if wins trade back and forth.
There was a sequence on like one of the rare threes that we ended up seeing in that game was actually blocked by Cooper Chen, like emphatically as well. It was an Embiid block, and then it ended up leading to one of those. So we almost had a little block party going on there for a moment.
All right, well, we're into it, and yet again, we're seeing some Giannis, some pretty familiar matchups here, and pretty familiar gameplay style. Give it to Giannis, let him drive, then back out, then drive again.
Well, there we go. I already see that. I mean, obviously, it's Klay Thompson. Catch and shoot is always that specialty. It was a catch and shoot level 6. So if somehow Swag Ranger's able to run away from the opponent and get some open looks, I bank on those going in. The only issue, that was a 2. Foot was on the line, which is always tough.
Yeah, definitely was looking for a 3 there, but all tied up. Quick swing back the other way. Giannis driving again. They might make this play a lot more often. Look at this, wide open. This has got to go in. Bang, easy. Great shot. That time, definitely no questions asked 3-point there, Dirk. That thing was about 6 feet behind the line.
Interesting thing here too. We got a Pascal Siakam signing, which I think was the same thing as last time as well. So I know that nothing's changed on the side of Chen, but here you're seeing with the Giannis. We'll wait for some of the more skills to pop up. The acceleration master, as that would have been a crazy shot if that ended up dropping. But the one is that posterizer, which you're always seeing him get off the Euro step there. That's just something to keep an eye out on. And probably one of the harder things to try to guard if you're EBK using Embiid.
Pulls back the step back shot. Does not land though. Man, I gotta give some credit to Q2 Easy's team. They are picking up every single board. There were so many opportunities there for Cooper's team to pull ahead even further, and they just could not quite grab the rebound.
Ooh, trying to go the post up. That's always a bold strategy, trying to go for the post up when you're down low. You know, if you start to reach, you might be able to get the steal just a little bit more. Oh, okay, Giannis got it. Giannis got it.
That's comedy, man. I love that. I love also how the team just completely gave him the ISO in the middle of the field. No one interfered at all on court.
I mean, I wouldn't either. It's Giannis shooting a fadeaway mid-range shot. I've seen him do it like maybe a couple steps in from the low block, but something like that.
I love it. Shot clock going down. Goes up. No, not quite.
Chen seems getting a lot of momentum so far here early in this one. It's a good bounce back. I don't think they had a lead very much at all in that first game that we ended up seeing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is big. If they can put this one down and go up by a couple buckets, this is actually massive.
60.
Flexed on him in the middle. That's crazy. I love it.
It's interesting, like you're seeing he's spamming the speed boost going there, but like EBK's playing so low. I feel like that's where if you're Giannis, like, okay, do you want to keep testing, trying to shoot some of those mid-range shots? Wow, that's gonna be the dagger. That'll probably seal it. 10-4 with only 25 seconds left.
Yeah, that was massive, especially because of how much time was wasted for that possession. Went back and forth like 4 times. And finally, there's the first 3 that gets knocked down by the set of Q2 Easy. I think that's 1 for 4.
Oh, they're playing a little keep away. They're
playing
hot potato. They don't want to lose the ball. They only got 10 seconds.
Yeah, you're looking to put one up in the final second. This is honestly, give them the credits of the high IQ play here. They're working with the shot clock. Game is ended. It was right on pace, and Hey, for our first matchup, I'll take a game 3 right off the bat.
I'm telling you, I like the strategy. Some people at home might not like it, the constant passing around, so they don't even have a chance to try to go in there for the steal. But you got to do what you got to do to be able to secure yourself a win. You know, desperate times call for desperate measures, and we got what we wanted. We were saying we wanted a little bit more jump shooting coming to this game, right? It was a very heavy Giannis offense going in down low. Swag comes out there with Klay Thompson. Hey, Splash Bro for a reason. Well, maybe former Splash Brother. I know Instagram beef with Klay Thompson and the Warriors right now. Maybe not the greatest, but that was a solid performance. It was good to see the jump shooting actually being used, and I think it kind of showed that the strategy to play off a little bit more, maybe try to have some help defense, you can get punished with it.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe in the first round kind of Coop lulled them into this false sense of security, right? Because they were driving every single time and not taking any shots. But when they put Klay on the court, you know he's going to drive in, dish it out. Klay was open for probably like 3 out of 5 of his shots, and I think 3 out of 5 of them went in. So it was just enough to give them the lead, and then keep away at the end was perfect. And I think the opposite was the case there for Q2 Easy, right? I think they were 1 for 4 from 3-point line. So just not enough, and taking too many shots this time around for Q2 Easy. I think if they drive the basket more, maybe they've got more opportunities to close the gap. But we'll see. Going to game 3. Here we go. Not life of the tournament on the line because it's double elimination, but life of maybe the winner's bracket on the line. So we'll be hopping right back into that as fast as possible. I think they're going to ring it back up for us. But yeah, Dirk, I don't know. What's the strategy going into this one? Are we driving in more? We're doing a little bit of a mixed bag. Quick up there from Coop's team.
I've watched a lot of basketball, and if a jump shooter goes off, that tells me that the next defensive strategy is going to be to hug the shooter. Do not give them any type of space when they're constantly moving around. So I'm not going to expect a big Klay Thompson game coming out here. I think that this is going to be some sign there for Giannis, as it was Klay Thompson setting the weird screen there, but absolutely bodied the defender down to the ground. So it's going to have to be another nice battle between Giannis and EBK down low. It's right on cue, a huge block.
Yeah, you saw Baca too, just playing lockup on Klay off to the side, but he lets him go. Luckily, Q2 Easy was able to get there in time, or that was definitely going in. Baca was playing lockup on Klay. Let's see if they put him back on that. I bet those comms are coming through as a team. Yeah, there he goes. Look at him on the left-hand side.
Oh my God. He just got a put back on his own missed layup? I'm sorry, look at this. What?
3v3, baby. Lock and load, throw it down. So in for this.
Clanks it off the back of the rim, pops right back out to him. Basically like a self-lob. We're in a dunk contest right now.
It's definitely what it looked like. Q2 with an open lane. Nope. Swings it back out. Wide open. That's why you use your skills. You saw where the defense was lined up, but the step back shot gave him enough room for it to be a wide open shot. Those go in 9-10 out of 10. Can he do it again? Oh, on the other side, I thought Cooper was going to answer.
He got a good look. I mean, the step back was nasty and created so much space there. They're starting to get a lot more threes up, but you know, the issue is you're not making them and you're not getting the rebounds on top of that.
Yeah, and they just let Baca throw one down your face. Down by 3, though. Plenty of time on the clock. They are not letting Giannis drive. Not even close. Baca gets in there and slams it down.
Oh, I was about to say that might have been one of the craziest sequences that we've seen so far, as Embiid just bodies Chen. Someone help him up off the ground. Look at this. Just muscles him into the concrete.
Yeah, I think Cooper Chen was looking for a charge there. You're not getting it in 3v3, Coop. No chance. Down by 5.
Oh, this is tough, though. This is where you have to call upon Klay to be able to knock down these shots. There we go, right on cue. I mean, it doesn't seem like much, right? Like 107, you're down by 2. It is 2s and 3s. But we just saw a keep away to perfection for 10 seconds. We didn't even see anybody get close to stealing it as the offense continues to pile on here.
Yeah, Baca, every time Baca gets the ball, he's driving straight to the hoop and able to put it down every time. I don't know if it's the speed boost that's able to get him enough lane to where it's not a block shot or a contested shot. Finally, Cooper is able to do it again. Still down by 2. Clock's ticking.
Oh, this is heating up. I think this is going to be a goodie. Give me a stop right here, make things even closer. That was wide open. Oh, it's Cooper Chen getting the rebound. It's another 3 from Klay, and they get the 1-point lead.
Oh my, you can't leave Clay open like that. If we've learned anything over the last couple rounds, games change when Clay is wide open. Here we go. Low on time and misses again, but gets the board.
That's a game changing for EBK. Can do it again though. Nah, I mean Giannis and AD jumping for that. Oh, Klay Thompson, that should do it. Oh, what a shot! Are you kidding me?
The fadeaway, catch and release, puts it down, up by 4. Bach has to throw it up and gets it. 2 away. Dirk, I feel like we're casting like $1 million prize pool stuff here. This is so tight.
Oh, here we go. We're going to see the exact same thing as before. It's just going to be a lot of hot potato just going around the entirety of the court. And it's so hard. No one's even close to getting a steal. They're down by 2, and I think that's going to be it. Yep, they just put something up just for good safety, and it's Cooper Chen coming out on top. They won 2 in a row.
Loses the first one. Feels like he got a read on his opponent. Cooper leads the charge, and they win back-to-back games on the back of Giannis, but also on the back of Clay. To be honest, I mean, he was hitting the shots when he was wide open. Look at this. Clay with 9 out of their 15. That was a wild round 3. Shout out to Team Cooper. You are our match winner. Gonna be moving on into the winner's bracket, but don't worry. Don't be too sad. If you're a fan of Q2 Easy and his squad, they're headed down to the loser's bracket. Could make an incredible run to work their way back into the grand finals. Got a lot of work to do and little room for error, though, if you lose the first one.
Oh, I mean, that's the good part, right? Like, you do have a second chance at that, and you get to go back and maybe look at some different things. Of course, like, these guys have been grinding this game, so they probably have a plethora of NBA players that they're going to be able to bring out. If maybe they want to go with something a little bit more to the meta. Here you can see how everything went. Cooper just took down Q2 Easy, so they will advance forward into the next round. Q2 Easy will await the loser of Team DRL and Team Noobkill. That'll be coming up here shortly.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one to watch. And DRL is the team that I told you to watch out for. This guy, Sora, is different. DRL in his own right, incredibly talented content creator. Sora, I know, though, I've casted over his gameplay in the past, and the dude's different. He's like a ranked leaderboard grinder as well. And so watch out for this guy. 3v3, that's his game mode. Dominates the competition. I think this team's going to be pretty fun to watch.
I am now, like, you're hyping Sora up.
Yeah,
my expectation level right now is like what we just saw from Clay and Giannis combined, and like up that 10 times. I'm expecting some like crazy dribbling, some crazy shots. I'm expecting big things out here.
Well, look, Sora, I apologize if I put you on the spot. I need you to show off, my friend, because I'm hyping you up so much. I know what you could do on the court, so I'm excited to see what you're able to do this time around. Hopefully, they can rise to the pressure here, Dirk, and Sora can soar into the winner's bracket with DRL and co. Look, and I'm excited to see some new names too, and I think that's what's so fun about qualifiers like this, is that anybody could try to qualify, right? We had these open qualifiers. There's this rigorous competition. You were grinding for wins actually in ranked mode, which was really cool, a new way to do it, and that the top 2 from each of those days was able to make it here today. So Sora went through the ranked leaderboard grind like I told you he would, but did it for wins, and well, it paid off. Is able to compete in this competition. I need to remind people at home too that we actually have some pricing a part of stage 2 today. Quick reminder that we've got game changer tickets, star-studded player tickets, all up for grabs for these teams as well. I'll break that down further. We are straight into the game here, Dirk.
Let's see what players we have. So we got our first Kawhi Leonard sighting of the tournament here so far. I see another Pascal Siakam, I believe. I lost it there for a moment. I'm trying to look. When they don't have the jerseys on, that's where I get lost. I'm like, oh man, if I just saw a logo, I think I'd be perfectly fine. That is Embiid down low. That was the one I was looking. So we got Pascal Siakam, we got Embiid, and we got Trae Young in the mix. So I'm expecting a lot of threes coming up. And then we got a Giannis, Tatum, and Kawhi Leonard lineup out there as well for Noobkill.
A great shout. Quickly, it looks like Noobkill's team's taking the lead.
Early? I was about to say, I was like, okay, you're taking those type of shots. The game just started. I like that. I like what I'm seeing already. I always get interest, like with the content creators, because like they got a little competition probably within their own right.
Oh, yeah.
They compete for views, right, in the game. They're posting their content. You want your content to do the best, and then you get to square off each other for the ultimate battle of the thumbnail bait.
No, exactly.
I took on Noob Kill in a game of NBA Infinite, and I dominated. Boom.
Yeah, I am the best NBA Infinite player of all time. Won stage 2 of this said competition. Like, yeah, I love it.
Just slap the word world champion on it, and then
sure.
like, oh, okay.
Always down.
We got a little bit of a same strategy here too. You just saw it there from Ringman with the run out of the paint, Euro step on the inside, and just try to go for the poster dunks each and every time. And it's a high success rate right now.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's a lot harder for the defense to cover. Obviously, those skills create separation. That's the point of them. Throwing up shots like that, when you can create some space, sometimes those will go in, so I don't hate them. And that's what the Euro step's able to do. It's really difficult to play defense against. You can't rely on the traditional kind of auto defense that the game will allow you to use. You actually physically have to play man defense to try to cover a skill like that, and it's super difficult. I know from experience getting crossed up playing the game. So it's working so far.
They are sending double teams up high with Noob Kill and Ringman every single time. That left them beat open there for a jump shot, but the Noob Kill offense right now, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty damn nasty. Look at this.
This is not close. And obviously, I mean, I apologize that I'm hyping up Sora. Who knows? Maybe they win the back-to-back, or maybe they can pull this one out. Still a minute on the clock. But you're right. Noob Kill's team dominating right now.
They are playing the no threes defense. Like they are nerfing Sora right now. Is basically what I'm seeing. Even the screens, they're not connecting properly. Of course, when you got something like Kawhi Leonard out there, and all of a sudden you throw Giannis in the mix, and get that stuff out of here, says Giannis.
It's a great in separation. Just had the right positioning right behind to grab the block. That was sick.
Well, you know what the thing is, like looking forward, if Noob Kill's team was to win, you have somebody who just went up against a very good Giannis and was able to get some stops. I don't know if that might work. I mean, you still got plenty of game time to go. Oh, that's a massive block from Embiid. And block again! We have a block party, 2 blocks in a row.
Holy cow, somebody bring out the hot dogs. Get the speaker bumping. A wild back-to-back. I don't know what just happened. Did that? I think that bounced off the back of the rim and then still went in, and nobody could grab it. That was wild. I guess it was gonna be goaltending otherwise. I did not expect that to go in, but this game just got a whole lot closer. So we get a steal from Sora. I hyped him up for a reason. Dirk, they're gonna finish it off. That goes in. Oh dang, overcalled it.
Oh my. So they tried playing keep away, but they actually got a steal, which we didn't see in the last one. They have 3 seconds to get a shot up here, and it will be for the win. The sidestep, the shot is no good.
Wow.
And the game comes to a close. So Noob Kill, we just hyped up the offense about how good it was. They have a little lapse, they give up the ball, and it's the game-winning shot coming from the opposition. What a game 1 here in this one.
Shout out to Inley for the MVP here, but I gotta say, Sora had that one steal that completely changed the course of the game. They'd been down the entire game, grabs a steal, and then they knock it down with that wild 3 that bounced off the back of the rim. It was this massive momentum shift that, frankly, I just wasn't expecting. It looked like Noob Kill's offense was completely unstoppable, and I blink an eye, and all of a sudden, Sora, DRL, they take the win.
It was the same keep away strategy, but there was like a cluster over there on the left side. Like our camera angle was just a little bit out of there. But as soon as I started seeing a white jersey dribble the ball, I'm like, okay, what just ended up happening? And that was a big time shot too. Like you saw it, that was the only steal registered from the team that whole game. And it was the biggest one. And it's tough too. Like you got 3 seconds, you're checking the ball back up. Like what can you really do in this? You saw like them try to throw out a little sidestep, but the minor league contest, we haven't even seen a lot of those actually go in, even when it's likely here at this stage too. So, hey, DRL, that's a comeback right there, because it looked like the Noob Kill Giannis was just going to take over the game and everything was just going to be easy breezy. Even the shots that Sora was putting up, they were good shots. They were fadeaway shots, but like they were getting closer and closer each and every time. But big time players make big time plays at this stage.
I like that, Dirk. Well, excited to see what they're able to do here into the next game. Again, best of 3. Gotta win 2. Don't get too excited if you win the first one, okay? We know what happens when you win the first one. Sometimes it doesn't pay off, and you don't win the next 2, and you end up getting dropped to losers bracket. So you never know what could happen. Gotta stay locked in. Don't get too overconfident. I don't think they will, though. Noob Kill gets the ball first, though. Here we go. Starting that offense yet again.
Oh, and Trae Young already getting active, trying to go for a steal there early. Oh, that's a good step back. And they got the skill there too with the step back shots. So that's what they actually tried doing when they were shooting the game winning shot there with that 3 seconds, trying to activate the step back boost that you get off the jump shot. But I think that was just a whole different ballgame. There was too many people all just crowded up everywhere, and then Embiid knocks down a midi. Starting to see we see a lot more jump shots already in this game than I think that we saw all of last game.
Another step slam, not close. Defense not prepared for it. Anytime you see that drive open, they're going to take it. I mean, it's just the most valuable way to get the ball in the hoop really quickly. But, you know, what's interesting about last game and this game, wide open. That's free. And you're right, pulling up from mid-range. What's interesting about this, I feel like, and maybe this is just a feeling, but it feels like DRL's team has such a harder time getting a score. Like, I mean, they have such a hard time getting the ball in the hoop, and it eventually goes down. It just takes so much effort, whereas Noobkill's team is always driving in, putting it down really, really quickly. And 4-4 this time around, I feel like Noobkill's going to get at least one of these wins, but it needs to be now in the best of 3.
They are working harder, like being a super basketball nerd. Whenever that you have a guy that's really good at shooting threes, you try to play over the screen and almost like kind of pin them in and pinch to try to force the double team, which then forces you to have to try to make those passes. So that's what Sora's doing right now. Like, watch. As soon as Sora even gets a screen and the players start moving, it's a lot of this. So while the scoring numbers aren't there, the assist numbers are going up, and it's leading to a lot of open shots off of second chance opportunities. That is the issue right now with the game that we are seeing from Noobkill. They're playing a 2-point game. They don't have a 3-point shooter in mind. It's a lot of Giannis going on the inside. Meanwhile, on the other side, at least you have Trae Young who can step out there, and if there are any open opportunities, they could knock down the threes.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense, and it's really a great breakdown, Dirk, so I appreciate that. I'm glad my feelings really match up with the expert opinion, because my feelings are we're working a lot harder. But Sora drives in, double pump layup, put it up. No, does not drop. I thought for sure that was going in from Sora, but they still do have the lead here. They can create some, no defensive pressure on that one. Not even close.
It's tough too, because I think now over the course of these past 2 games, Embiid has a total of 3 blocks, so it's getting there. Sora puts up another 3. Just a little bit too many misses coming in right now, and not a lot of the second chances of being able to get those rebounds. And this is what you want. If your team Noobkill and you're just able to get a lead and you think you get some guaranteed 2s, as there's Embiid with another one. Oh, Trae Young's open there in the corner. No, it was mildly contested, but they do get another rebound. As Pascal Siakam knocks down the 3. We just mentioned it's a 2-point driven game for this squad, and all of a sudden here come the 3s.
Again, step in, slam down. This is what I'm talking about. You got Noobkill scoring in approximately 2.5 seconds every time. And this other team, DRL, is just having to drive, swing, and then finally knocks it down. But 10-10. This is a must-win situation here. The side of Noobkill. And it's all tied up. Just trying to stall out as much as possible in that shot clock. 2 seconds and counting. Wide open, but a fadeaway from deep. Falls in. Oh, this is the second time this has fallen in for this team.
Wow.
That's wild.
Hit every part of the rim, popped up, and then went in. I thought it was just going to be a free rebound for Embiid down low. But now the pressure's on. You got to get a 3 to try to tie this one up. I feel like it's either Kawhi Leonard or Jason Tatum. One of those two you have to try to go with. Kawhi's going to fade away. It'll be heavily contested. They will get the rebound, but that'll do it. What a performance for DRL.
That's crazy. Under pressure, just couldn't quite get it to go. That was brutal for Noobkill. Again, shout out to Noobkill's team. They played fantastic. They just couldn't quite knock down enough, especially with the 3s that were going, and Sora and Inley and the Real Legends team. I mean, look at the spread too. Point spread. This is a wider point spread than we're seeing from most teams. You can see it on the right-hand side for the opposing squad. 8-2 or 9-6, and then the other players just all defense, all rebounds, dishes. This team was really putting up with everybody, and it worked out.
I think that it sets up an interesting matchup that we're going to end up seeing here too, because it's going to be like a little Giannis on Giannis matchup, and both the Giannis playing the exact same way, looking to get their accelerator boost, going over to one side, trying to go in for the Euro step. It's going to be up to those guys that are in there down low. Maybe we'll see the Embiid come out to try to be the Giannis stopper again, but congratulations to Team DRL. What a fight that they had, and I like the mix of actually having a guard out there, right? It's Tatum, it's Giannis, it's Embiid. You want the big guys out there every single time that we sometimes forget that you get a guard who can dribble. The shots will naturally come to you, even off the misses when you have powerhouses like that, down low, rebounding for you. There we see our second round matchup. It'll be Team Cooper taking on Team DRL. And our losers bracket round 1 matchup is all set. It's going to be Q2 Easy taking on Noob Kill. Do not sleep on that losers bracket matchup. I think that's going to have as much fireworks as we just saw in that previous game.
Yeah, and I think that's where we're actually going to go next. We're going to go straight to losers bracket, which means a couple things. One, I want you to talk to me a little bit about this matchup and what you expect to see. But 2, I want to remind people at home, it's double elimination and both teams have already lost. This is a knockout round, folks. This is make it or take it. You're either moving on or you're out of here. Now, our 3rd and 4th place teams, they're still walking away with 15 game changer tickets, 15 star-studded player tickets per player, but you want to make it to the finals. So you need to win this matchup, then you need to win against the loser of the next matchup in the semifinals up top, and then you got to go win in the grand finals to win it all there from the losers bracket. So you still got some room to work with, but it is kind of back against the wall at this point. You lose, you're out of here down the losers bracket. So Dirk, talk to me about what you're expecting to see from these 2 losers bracket teams, because they're both great. One grabbed the win early in their matchup, one did not, but I really feel like Noob Kill's team's a solid team. They just couldn't quite piece it together in that last matchup.
It's got Q2 Easy is going to have a little deja vu in the way that they're going to have to play defense going into this lower round 1. It's going to have to be a lot of trying to figure out the way to try to stop the Giannis. To be fair, on the side, EBK looked like he was primed and ready every single time. The side of Giannis got the ball, on the side of Cooper, just some unfortunate instances, right? Not being able to get those steals going down there to the end. That's going to be one of the difference makers. And you're already seeing how the story goes for these teams who are so heavy on attacking the inside. The threes are going to be the game changer. I mean, they always are. This is the new age of basketball that we're playing in here in the world. Of course, threes are always more than 2 if you want to try to break it down that type of way. One thing I do love, out there in the YouTube chat, Sora comes in, puts some like little cheeky emojis, and then Noob Kill follows it up, getting cooked by Sora. Your scouting report, my friend, was phenomenal. Live up to the hype.
Don't laud me, laud Sora for living up to the occasion. All right, he's the MVP, he's playing great ball, and he's showing me that I know ball. I mean, this guy's doing it all, and I appreciate it a ton. Sora, you're the man. Thank you so much, because I was shouting you out a lot on broadcast, and I didn't want to made it look like a fool here on broadcast. So I appreciate that. We'll see you in that semifinals matchup here shortly. We're getting into the losers bracket matchup though, so here we go, Dirk, and talk to me about what you're seeing here. Q2 Easy versus Noob Kill. Make it to move on, and if you lose, you're out of here.
Yeah, we had mentioned, right? So this Giannis Embiid matchup already getting it started, setting the tone there for EBK, registering the first block. It's going to be a lot of what we just actually ended up seeing from them last time with that heavy 2-point offense and an EBK having to play down low. So kind of the clash of 2 titans. Did get the better of him there that time, but that's going to be the matchup that we're going to have to really look at. And again, 3-point shots will be the ultimate decider. All it might take is just one of these guys hitting an open 3, and then that could be it if you just keep your offense flowing going on the inside. But that's also why you have a Kawhi Leonard. He can get you steals.
Yeah, that's massive. An early steal to go up by 2 possessions could be huge for Noob Kill. Wide open. I don't know what happened to Baka. It still doesn't fall, though. Gets the rebound, gets slammed again. Baka getting a bit better of the situation this time around. Swings it back out. Q2 Easy. Yeah, we'll take those. We take those pull-up fadeaways. It didn't look pretty, but it went in.
The way Baka plays defense is, I love it, because he drops a lot. Like, if there's Embiid on the island, 1-on-1 down low, Baka will come flying out of the corner and say, I need to see my man shoot a 3 and actually make it. Look how far away he is from Noob Kill. Noob Kill, you got to get this one. There we go. I was waiting for it. It's like, man, he is wide open. If that pass comes quick enough, they can rain down some threes.
Baka to answer back. Not quite, but the putback. Thank you, Q2 Easy. Making it look nice and breezy. Puts it down. Nice instant replay for us. I think NBA Infinite like this one as well. Beautiful.
This is what, whenever it's a 2-point affair between both teams, you know you're in for a good game. That is why I'll never be mad if people go, oh my goodness, a windmill.
Oh, in double coverage too. I mean, man, I kind of wanted to see the replay on that one as well, but up by 3 now. Still a one possession game. Wide open, dishes it down low. I almost feel like they put too much pressure out on the 3-point line there. Just let one go by.
The screens have been hitting too, like almost sending them to the ground. So it's taken them a little bit to actually get up from that as well. That's the issue when you got Giannis. I mean, we saw him hit a fadeaway midi, so I feel like anything's possible at this point. But Noobkill tracked it too, and then it's all about getting that open. I feel like it almost has to be to a point where you have to meet him at the free throw line so you can try to cancel out that Euro step as he gets a block as well. I mean, just literally doing everything. Look at the stat sheet. 4 points, 2 rebounds, a block here in a 3v3 game. Now gets out there for the contest too.
Yeah, they're locked in. When their backs are against the wall and they know they can get eliminated, everybody's putting up some great defense. They are not letting go. Nice rebound, though.
I love when the scouting report works out. I said, you need to meet him at the free throw line. They send 2, immediately just stuffed him.
Yep. Oh, Baca with the step across, gets it. Another 3. Again, I feel like we're seeing 2 different play styles pay off. You're getting a lot of 3-point shots, and you mentioned that right at the top of this round, was that if those 3s are going in, it's a total game changer in 3v3.
We see Noobkill attempt a couple. Obviously, we're not going to see Giannis do that. We just saw, I believe, Jason Tatum the last time I'll be able to get one of those, but success again for Ringman with that Euro step time and time again to give him a 2-point lead. Oh my goodness. That's way downtown.
Wow. There was coverage, but they weren't kind of in his shooting zone, and so it was counted as a wide open shot. Makes a lot of sense. The step across, takes the shot, goes in this time around. That's the second time he's tried that. First time that it's gone in, and an answer back. Wow.
This step back move that we're seeing from both Tatums right now, which we saw it in that other game, but nothing could really come of it. It has given them so much space, and then now you have to start playing up on the 3s for that reason. So it just gives you a wide open drive here to the rack. Might see Jason Tatum do that a lot tonight against my Mavericks. I hope not, but it'll probably happen.
One of my favorite things about this game is that anytime somebody uses one of their skills, it shows it on screen. And so when somebody is using the tomahawk dunk, it shows it. Even if they get blocked, it's like tomahawk dunk, here it comes, and they slam it down. Awesome. All right, 1 second. Got to put it up. Take the win. No. And I believe for our overtime rules, it's all tied up. There's 1 minute on the clock. Restarts 1 minute. New tip-off. Here we go. First overtime here on Losers Bracket. I love it.
Yeah, once like they've been trading 2s back and forth, and once one team got a 3, then the other team was able to get 1. There's Baca again with the aggressive double team defense, just trying to get Noobkill to do something, and the slam comes through.
Yeah, it's they're trying to pressure Giannis enough to where he'll dish it out, and Ringman on Giannis just doesn't care. Like, just puts it down every single time. Baca doing a little bit of that himself, though.
This might be one of the more even contests that we've seen in the early part of the night here so far. Ringman again.
No.
I mean, EBK, it's hard, right? Like, trying to get those right angles. We saw him get the better of him at the very start of the game, but now it's just Ringman's world with Giannis. We're just living in it every single time that they're getting the ball.
Wow. Yeah, man throws one up, mid-range. Goes down, it's all tied up still.
Show me something, Noobkill. Show me something. Okay, I didn't want to see that.
The caster curse, man. Stepped in just inside the 3, and it was heavily contested, but nice shot there from ZW. Just inside, goes up by 2.
Oh, I wonder if you get aggressive and you're like, I need a 3 here. You get a 3 here, take the 1-point lead. Oh, blocked by the other. What was it? That was Giannis who got that block there, too. Yeah, Ringman right now. Ringman's got to be the MVP. That's what I'm anticipating. They're just going to waste some time. It looks like that on the side of Q2 Easy. They're just going to wait this one out, not even try to go up there for the steals.
Look, I call that the old filibuster win. You got to do it. Burn the clock, run away, take the shot at the last second. Don't even give your opponents a chance. And look, I was going to say, if it wasn't Ringman in-game, Ringman's my MVP. Unstoppable on the court, 10 points, 3 assists, and a block. Give him anything, he's going to put it down. Baca on the other side, looking at 10, 3, and 1. You saw 2 blocks actually from Ringman. So it was either going to be Baca or Ringman, depending on who won the game, and well, Ringman was able to do it.
That was the best game that we've seen so far. I mean, it was so back and forth, and usually, like, I feel like in some matchups, if you see one Giannis popping off, that maybe there's another Giannis on the other team trying to match the scoring. No, that was all done by Jason Tatum, and you're starting to kind of see the way that you score with him that we really didn't see in those round number 1s versus Jason Tatum. A lot of step back moves, and
Yeah.
There was that 1-3, if I had to guess, I mean, size of a court, probably like a 30-footer that ended up going in for Jason Tatum a couple times. I mean, it's just crazy. Look, Noob Kill comes into the chat. He says his team's care. You played your part. We saw that Kawhi Leonard steal. Those are the game-changing moments that you need.
Yeah, Noob Kill is not touting his own defensive skills. I respect your call out, Noob, but let the team carry. You just keep doing the dirty work, my friend. We're all about the intangibles here in the booth. You keep putting them in. Get some more screens for your team. Give some more space for them. When they got the space, they're knocking it down. Here we go. Right back into it. And Ringman quickly grabs the ball.
Hey, sometimes that's what you want if you're the content creator. Just like, give me the best guys and let me just take the lesser role. Make me not have to really do anything. Make me look good. So maybe I can agree with Noob Kill. Offensively right now, this is all Ringman. And then obviously ZW chiming in there as well from time to time. But hey, look at that defense being played.
Yeah, Noob Kill, we're big fans of you here in the booth, all right? Be big fan of yourself. Ringman tries to go up. Man grabs the slam back. Baka on the outside. Another step back. This is his move. Would have liked to step back maybe another foot, but still knocks one down.
It just gets so much space to where something that might have been lightly contested, if they don't get out there in time, is just going to be open every single time. And welcome back to the Ringman show. Nice of you to join us. But I like the angles from EBK. It's kind of how the exact same way that game number 1 started. EBK got a big block, and then from that point on, it was just a lot of Ringman just still going down there, trying to find all the proper angles. But it's a tough chess match because obviously they're not missing. Like, you got to block the shot. They're not going to miss a dunk.
Yeah, totally agree. Baka still playing really tight defense. I'd love to see Baka get a bit more involved. He's been floating all over the court, trying to help out with double coverage and pressure, and it's worked for the most part. They got to figure out how to stop Ringman on this Euro step because he's been going in double coverage and getting it most of the time. They can start timing it. Oh, I thought that one was going to be the one. I thought Man was going to be able to stop it. Baka leaves him for the ISO and unfortunately still gets knocked down.
That was so nasty. Double crossover move going into the Euro step from the right side. Like, I don't know. I'm a visual learner. So now when I go load up the game, I'm going to do everything in my power to get Giannis. And I'm going to try to emulate this, and I will report it, and I will keep everybody updated if I can do anything even close to this. But despite the heavy offense coming in for Ringman, it's still 6-6. I mean, you would think that, like, they are just running away. It's another steal for Noob Kill. How dare you say you're not doing anything and getting carried?
Do the dirty work, Noob. Steal, dish, stand on the outside ring so somebody has to think about you. It's going to throw it up. It was heavily contested. Maybe not the best decision, but I love the idea. We keep the ball swinging, though. Man, under the basket. And oh, yeah. He's not going up on that. He's so worried. You've got Ringman there, bro.
Oh, they got him thinking. Oh, the defense.
Another great board, though.
Wow, the defense, I mean, that defensive swing right there in the rotation was phenomenal. As Ringman trying to cook up again.
No way.
My.
All right, so this is what I think's happening. My guy Ringman has been grinding. He's got like a maxed out Giannis, and nobody can stop him. I think Ringman might be a ringer. I think a qualifier came in here and has been putting in the work, and his Giannis cannot be stopped.
The Euro step is a nasty move. It's even nastier when you get somebody with the wingspan, the height, and the athleticism of Giannis Antetokounmpo. As a shot there comes from Tatum. That's going to be a miss, but a second chance opportunity comes from Ringman. Double teamed like he has been the whole game, and they can't get the stop again. That one I thought EBK had. I thought Embiid was sending that to the parking lot.
Yeah, they're almost having to stuff him before he even gets into the paint. We saw that work a moment ago. There was enough pressure where he couldn't really make the move. I think that's the only thing that could work here, but could tie it up. Easy. Clutch shooter, sure. Throws it down. Nice, another assist from Baka.
Oh, 3 seconds. Noob Kill, step back. Noob Kill 3. No!
Oh. I was about to say overtime, but you're right. Enough space. I could have knocked out. This is the second time in 2 games we're going to overtime. We knew losers bracket was going to be hot. I didn't know it was going to be this hot. 1 minute on the clock.
Oh, there we go. Quick acceleration, trying to get the blow by, pulls it back out. Another Euro step.
Wow. I don't know what to do at this point. I think you've got to pressure him before he gets to the paint and keep 2 on him at all times, because it's just going to keep working over and over again. Has to drive out to reset it on the possession, but just keeps the ball and makes the play every time. You can't stop him.
I don't like to be this guy, but right now Baca is giving Noob Kill the YMCA treatment. And what I mean by that, it is the guy at the open gym runs who is wide open. You say, leave him open. He can't shoot. They need to like figure something out quick and do something, because they're not even passing it to Noob Kill on the offensive side.
Yeah, Baca drives, puts it down, try to keep it a 1-possession game, but no, you're 100% right. Noob Kill on the outside. They are leaving him wide open over and over. Look at it. Look at this. They're not even covering him. They're just looking for the rebound. Okay.
Oh, he knocked it down. Let's go.
All day, every day, Noob Kill. Just like you've been practicing, my friend. Up by 5 is huge with 15 seconds on the clock. We got to put one down immediately. Have enough time for another possession. No, not quite. Makes the score a bit closer, but Noob Kill's team going to come out on top with that shot clock on 9.
I think that shot by Noob Kill, I think, was the only jump shot that he might have made with Kawhi Leonard this whole game. Can he go back-to-back, 2 in a row?
Imagine.
Well, we got one, and it was good enough for them to get the victory there as well. But, I mean, I don't like to say the favorites might be in the loser's bracket because they just got dropped down here, but this offense is scary. If they go up against a team who plays that same style, they just might be the team that can come out there. I mean, 14 points. That is the highest by at least, I want to say, 4 or 5 points that we've seen thus far here tonight.
But with 4 rebounds as well, it wasn't like Ringman is just like always looking for like the cherry pick dish to then drive back in. He's always under the basket, getting the dish, the ball, and then moving out to the outside ring, resetting possession, and then driving back in and slamming it again. I mean, Ringman was doing it all for good reason. Nobody could stop him. But shout out to Noob Kill. Team Noob Kill obviously won the matchup in a dominant fashion. It did go to overtime twice, so gotta give some credit to our friends that got knocked out of contention. But shout out to Noob Kill in particular. Yeah, you finally made one, my friend. And well, you made it when you counted most. In overtime to put your team up by 2 possessions. Made it not a close one at the end of the day. So shout out to Noob Kill. Shout out to Team Noob Kill. Moving forward in the bracket, going to be waiting on their next competition, their next battle here in the losers bracket, because we're going to head back here, Dirk, to Team Cooper versus Team DRL in the winners bracket. This will be semifinals of the winners bracket. Again, they lose here, they're gonna be dropping down to the losers bracket. So excited to see that matchup. We'll hop back into some analysis here in a little bit. We're gonna take a very short break because, Dirk, I'm gonna be honest, we've been having a lot of fun in the booth, and both of our rooms are very hot. We're very sweaty. We need to get some water. We need to hydrate back up. People at home, I know you're watching. I know maybe some of you have been playing as well. Hydrate back up. Hop back into the booth with us here in just a moment when we bring you that winners bracket semifinals of this Stage 2 matchup here with the Stage 2 of the NBA Infinite Courtside Creators Showdown with RJ Barrett. You're not going to want to miss this. Don't go anywhere.
Download NBA Infinite for free from the App Store and Google Play Store.
Stage 2 of the NBA Infinite Courtside Creator Showdown with RJ Barrett. We're about halfway through this event thus far. I'm Coach, this is Dirk, and we've been having a blast in the booth. I gotta say, whether it's the Giannis step back or maybe it's the Clay step back throwdown, we got everything in between. We've been having a blast here in the booth. But I gotta remind people at home, if you want to get involved and you want to Euro step with Giannis, like you're seeing some of our ringmans here in chat do, you gotta go download NBA Infinite right now using the link in the description to play for free. You can also check out the bottom right-hand corner of our screen here for that QR code. FYI, pro tip, you can just screenshot it on mobile, click it in your Photos app, pulls it up in your internet browser. Pretty cool. But if you're on PC, wherever, you can just scan that QR code to go download NBA Infinite for free in the Apple Store or the iOS Store and that Google Play Store as well. But you also need to follow NBA Infinite on all major socials. We're live across the board on a lot of them, but they also have great social content on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and even the official NBA Infinite Discord. I know a lot of our creators are in there as well. Go check it out. You're not going to want to miss it. A lot of cool content on there. And all those links are down in the description below as well to make it easy for you. But let's take a quick look at the bracket and see where we're at in this stage of the competition. Dirk, we're headed back to the winner's bracket to see Team Cooper versus Team DRL.
Yeah, it was a good fight that we saw. I mean, probably the best series that we have seen so far came in this first round for Q2 Easy and Noob Kill. You kind of saw a clash of the styles, but was no blowouts. Everything came close. A little overtime in both the games that we ended up seeing. But so far, I would say Ringman's taking the award for probably the best Giannis that we have in the tournament. But now when we're looking at our upper bracket game that we're going to end up seeing between Team Cooper and Team DRL, this is where we see another clash of the play styles. We're actually going to see a guard being used out there compared to like the likes of Jason Tatum and the Giannis and Embiid that we have been seeing. So this one's going to have some fireworks in it. Again, look out for those threes coming out there from somewhere. Actually, we got a little change up of some of the characters that are out there. We got Jimmy Butler out there right now. Sora switched it up. No Trae Young. It is Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler with Sora will be an interesting one. I'm excited to see it. I will say Sora was known the last time I cast over his gameplay. He almost swapped up players every single game that he played. So not that surprising to me, but I'll be curious to see how he plays Jimmy here as Sora.
It's a big difference, right? Going from Trae Young, who can really space the floor, shoot the three ball at a high clip, and then you go to Jimmy Butler, who doesn't have the greatest three-point shooting out there, but maybe Sora's going to make us a believer here. We'll see how this pick-and-roll action with Jimmy and Embiid's going to work. As, back-to-back misses. Embiid does get them a rebound, though.
Yeah, Embiid has been basically just playing for rebounds and blocks and wall. What? Wait a minute. Did that go in? Step back to the side, bounced off the back of the rim again. I'm getting like teased every time this happens here, Dirk. This is like the third time that's happened where I thought somebody was gonna either get a putback or gonna get a rebound and swing it back out, and it goes down as Giannis slams another one. That was wild.
Well, if we have any 76ers fans out there, they're probably touching their screen and maybe crying because they get to see Jimmy Butler and Embiid on the floor at the same time. Been a while since that. I think that's back since like 2019, I want to say.
That's right.
And also, by the way, Jimmy Butler's NBA Media Day photo, undefeated.
Yeah. That's like one of the most iconic internet, not only just memes, but generally just internet photos out there. So great shout that also is NBA Infinite because, yeah, iconic to say the least. Everybody thought he was like trolling and then he wasn't trolling. It was a huge thing.
I just love the fact that they stuck with it.
Yeah, just full commit.
They put it in here. Like, you could easily just go find, like, a different photo of him from, like, another year, whatever it may be. Like, no, we'll go with this one. That's a nice three coming out from Siakam. So, Sora with an early 6 points for their team. 6 of the 9 points right now there for Sora.
Yeah, DRL looking pretty strong across the board as expected. Shouted out Sora at the top of the show. When I saw they were playing, I said, watch out for him. But still, 9-9. Great answer back. Another three here for the side of Swag Ranger and Cooper. I don't know. Cooper was giving us some creds in the booth. I think he was just looking for some reverse caster curse for him. We got to shout out Cooper more and see if he'll get some extra boons for his team to win this one.
Yeah, when I went to go talk to him, I was like, hey, I'm one of the broadcasters for tonight. And he's like, man, I tried that. That might have been one of the hardest things that I've ever done. I don't ever want to do it anymore.
I love that. Yeah, I know he's casted a couple times, so he's got a great analytical mind for the game, which is really fun to see. And all of our different content creators, you got to go check out their socials as well. They're all fantastic. Really excited to have them a part of this event. And a couple missed shots both ways back and forth we go. Still down by 2. We're going to see Cooper try to make a play here. Needs to have really strong defense. So far, so good. The pick and roll has been a huge boon, and again, it pays off in kind immediately as Sora throws one down.
More points being added there for Sora and Jimmy Butler. Good transition. Again, complete opposite players going from Trae Young to Jimmy. But 13-9. From what we've seen so far, this looks like a pretty safe lead to have as they force a heavily contested jumper from, of all people, it's Giannis. And Sora and Co could probably just hold on for this one if they want to. But I feel like they're going to try to add to the point total. I don't see them as a let me dribble this out type team.
Well, they might be proving you wrong. We'll see. They're going to put one up in the final moments. It's slam. A great block, and ultimately did not matter at all besides padding the stat sheet. Shout out to Sora. Shout out to DRL. A win on the books, and it looked fairly easy for the most part. Apparently, 94 Jimmy Butler, MVP with 8 points. Couple assists. We take those.
Oh, 100%. I mean, phenomenal games coming out from the switch of the players doing the same thing. The rebounding showing out there for Embiid. It was just a little bit more clinical coming out from the other side once more. I'm seeing some people in the YouTube chat. Obviously, the topic of conversation has been Giannis. It has been the Euro step. Slick James said you could stop the Euro step only if it happens if the player can reach the top of the key to activate it, especially using Giannis. So trying to drop some insight for people out there. Maybe they need a little bit of coaching, but the Giannis impact wasn't really put on full display, I feel like, that we have seen in some of the other games, which could be a good sign.
Yeah, I wonder if the Giannis player in this game just wasn't using the Euro step as much. It looked like they were trying to push in for coverage and maybe couldn't quite activate it and then had to step back out. Even took a couple what looked like frustrated jumpers from mid-range because they couldn't get it off. So I'm not sure what the difference was. Maybe it's just better defense. I gotta say, Sora, DRL, that squad is looking really strong in the defensive pressure side too. So maybe that's a factor of it, pressuring at the key or otherwise. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to get into game 2.
Oh yeah, rapid action coming out from this one. Yeah, DRL right now, they're just looking really strong. It's kind of smooth sailing for them. And DRL came in here, the real legend was like, yep, the Sora carries real. That's all I need.
Missed shot there, but another great board. It means they maintain possession. Giannis trying to push in and yeah, just finally gets it. Okay, I think that's the difference. You can see how Sora's playing defense further away from the basket than a lot of the defenders were in our losers bracket matchup. I think they couldn't quite activate the move, but finally gets it there to put 2 up.
I think if they were to take anything from that losers bracket game, obviously different styles from what we're seeing, but it's just that sometimes these content creators don't want to shoot the ball that much. So it's kind of like forcing the hand of the Giannis player to be like, okay, give this up to somebody. I'm going to have 2 bodies down here. The pass has to go elsewhere. Whoever's chasing off ball, right? The one that's not guarding the corner, like right there. Whoever's guarding Klay Thompson,
yeah.
You got to guard up, but that screen hit super hard, put him straight to the ground. That's one of the keys right there. Depends, right, how serious you want to take it. I know that there's some people that come up and be like, I don't want to have to double team the whole game. Then you have other ones that are like, I don't care. I will go double team.
It's all about the wins. It's all about the wins, baby. Sora puts one up, fade away. What looked like it was coverage, but the step back created enough separation to have the wide open shot. That was massive from Sora to answer back. Yeah, I think the pick and roll step back with Klay is going to be their bread and butter, and that's what they're going for yet again because it worked so well last time. If you can get the pick, roll, go underneath with Giannis, maybe you get that Euro step in time, but doesn't look like it worked that time around. Running out of daylight here. 3 seconds, 2 seconds on the clock. Puts it up, and a wild move would have worked, but I think the shot clock ran out.
Yeah, it was. I think when he got the ball, he probably wanted to just shoot a jumper, but that wasn't the case. Ended up bringing him in to try to go for a dunk, and of course, not enough time to be able to get something up there. So kind of gets a little frantic, right? I mean, it was a really nice move. I think Klay Thompson should have shot it from the free throw line. There was like that double sidestep that he did that got him wide open. Probably would have been the best opportunity for them to try to score.
Yeah, I agree. Again, back to Klay they go, trying to create some sort of opening for him. Cooper finds one, though, just inside 3-point line. We take those. Goes up by 1 with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining.
Here we go. We're finally seeing Cooper shoot the ball. We had a couple opportunities where it was open, pump faked it in some of the previous games that we ended up seeing.
Nice, that'll fall.
Henley with Embiid has been great with like the floor. They're not scared to shoot. I think that's always good. Like whenever you're that, you could like be a double threat for your team. That's only gonna do amazing things for you going down the stretch. As Klay Thompson fades away, knocks down a shot, puts him up by 1. We could be in that territory if we keep trading back and forth. It's gonna have to be a game-winning shot from somebody.
Yeah, shout out to Swag Ranger. Gets in there, and Sora tries to go up, gets decimated, but they do get the board and swing it back out. Swag Ranger's had a great game as Klay Thompson. I assume if they win this, he will likely get the MVP. One of our qualifiers leading the charge here for Cooper Chin's team. Sora just lobs one up, running out of time. And another board. This could go the other way. We could go to game 3.
They have to try to go for a steal here. There's not any separation between both, so that's why you just see everybody running around frantically. They're playing the keep away, which, to be fair to Team Cooper, they've had the best keep away that we've seen so far. I know it sounds a little ridiculous to say, but it's been on point every single time that we've seen it. They're trying so hard to go for it. Team Cooper, I would say, probably the underdogs coming into this with how good that Sora ended up looking. They come out and take the game 1 win.
That's crazy. Frankly, the fact that we had some recess ball going on, some keep away in the backyard to win the game, we take what we can get. Swag Ranger, definitely MVP as expected. A 3, couple points, assists, but overall a team victory, really led by the fact that they were able to just play keep away better than the other team once they went up and the clock was dwindling. That was a wild finish. That's a strategy finish. That's a team win there for the side of Swag Ranger and Cooper.
I was about to say, your eye test did not lie there with that Klay Thompson selection. I mean, when you're looking at the box score from both sides, it would have been kind of hard to look at a true MVP, especially on the side there with Swag and with that Klay. But it's going to be exciting now because I felt like coming in, I wonder this, right? They can make some switches. Do we still see Jimmy Butler being used, or will we see Trae Young being brought back into the mix? I think maybe what could have scared Sora off of the Trae Young is the fact that it was just doubled every single time. But still, off those double teams, when they would shoot the ball, it's like what we like to call in basketball, like the free rebound offense. Like, just put a shot up. We have a guy down there who's going to end up grabbing the rebound, and then we could just play the kick-out game. I would like to see them go back to it. I like the interior play. It's all fun and all, but I'm a part of the Shoot More Threes Academy.
You're part of the new age basketball? That's what you're a part of? I like that from you. Okay, I respect that. You're not an old head like you said you were. I can respect that you're trying to stay young, my friend.
I'm an old head at 29, but I'm not an old head, and I love 90s ball. I like where things are at. I just like everybody putting up 43s a game.
You like where things are at because you're a Mavericks fan, yeah?
Well, I mean, I think they're losing right now in the finals, so I don't know if I like where things are at right at this exact moment.
Fair enough. Hey, at least they made it there, though. At least you're not, cheering for somebody else that's not even close to in contention. So, won't name any names here on broadcast. But a quick 3 goes up here from the side of Swag Ranger and Cooper's team. And so far, so good. Cooper trying to get back-to-back wins. This could be big. Good defense.
Always like getting a game 3. I thought that was going to be contested. That's what I'm starting to realize. A lot of these like fallback jump shots on the fadeaways, the step backs just create so much separations where I think if they would just take it normally, probably ends up getting like a moderately contested. I wouldn't say heavy contested so far, but it's already an explosive start over here for our game 3.
Yeah, great start. Sora again trying to play hero. Create some separation. DRL, still nothing. It's Sora open though. Nope, doesn't take it yet. I like the slow ball here. I think they're realizing, especially when you're down by 3 already.
Oh, a snatch block by Cooper.
Oh, I was about to give them so many flowers, and that just took all wind out of the sails of the call. I'm not even going to go back to it. A wild defensive pressure play. Going to go up by potentially 2 possessions, but no, a steal comes in. Sora under the hoops, swings it back out. A nice answer back, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like with Jimmy lurking, if Sora goes and takes the gambles on the steals, you might see some plays like that. But what a block again by Cooper. 2 blocks already. 1 a snatch block. 1 a clean volleyball swat. As the real legend for 3 can't get the shot to drop. But what a rebound there from Embiid. And they'll get another chance at this one. Down by 3 in the game.
This might be the most exciting minute and a half of 0 points scored I've seen thus far in NBA Infinite.
It is just chaotic back and forth, trying to go up with something. Interior defense has been there to a T. Low scoring game, 5-2. We're under a minute to go now.
I genuinely think it has been 2 full minutes of not a single point scored. And that comes down to defensive pressure, steals and blocks, finally puts another one down, which takes them up by 5 with 42 seconds. We got to be really smart here. This needs to be a fast possession. You need to put a board up quickly.
Well, they do go out to Zora. Jimmy Butler with a few jab steps trying to get on the inside. Gets slowed up, but will make the layup. So that's still a 3-point game. They can play their pass run if they want to and try to take like a shot clock violation and play up on the threes. We'll see what they opt to go with. But they do not have the time necessarily on their side.
Yeah, I think it's the right play. Again, keep away, burn the clock, maybe throw something up. Up by 3.
Jimmy wants to get the stop.
What? We threw that up a little bit too early. A full 10 seconds on the clock. They need a 3. They don't have time for another possession. Oh, Cooper! The 3rd block in a row to change the tide of battle and win the game. I don't know if they're going to give Coop the MVP. I expect they will. Cooper, Mr. Content Creator, Mr. Analysis, drops 3 blocks in a row to get MVP, Dirk. What in the world?
Like, usually you're waiting for like the extra stat to pop out from somewhere and be like,
yeah.
No points. Everything just being done on defensive end. I don't even think he had a single attempt so far there in the game. That was game number 3, which means our match winner is Team Cooper off the back of Cooper himself with a massive 3 blocks. That shot right there at the end, the real legend hesitated on it, didn't get the cleanest of catches. That 3 went in. We're a tie game. We're probably going into overtime, but they left us no chance. The Team Cooper would advance on forward to our grand finals. Our team up there in the upper bracket, which means that we have our losers round 2 matchup all set. Team DRL will be taking on Team Newkill. Newkill, we're about to have some crazy Giannis play coming out of this one. This is going to be a back and forth affair.
I couldn't agree more. I got to give a shout out once again to Cooper. Look, man, 0 points, but you get MVP anyways. I told you, blocks and rebounds are so key when it comes to 3v3. And Coop, you did that in style. A massive possession change across the board, stalled the clock out, and then a block at the very end puts you into grand finals. And as a quick reminder, we do have prizing for stage 2 of the competition. We've got more coming with stage 3 next week. You're not going to want to miss it. RJ Barrett will be here. One team will be playing with RJ Barrett. One team will be playing against RJ Barrett, depending how the games go today. But 30 game changer tickets plus 30 star-studded player tickets per player if you can win it all. 24 if you get 2nd place. And the teams right here that we're about to watch, 3rd versus 4th place. This is going to be key, both winning some prizing here just for being a part of the event, but they would love to get into that 2nd place contention to make a move for some extra prizing and make a move to be able to play with or against RJ Barrett. And we're getting right into it here. Dirk, this is going to be a fun one. This is a rematch, baby.
Oh, yeah. This is why we love double elimination. We get rematch opportunities, and we get a chance for somebody to get some revenge.
Yeah, I would love to see some revenge here. Both teams having lost means every team back against the wall. Whoever loses this knocked out gets 3rd place. Whoever wins it heads into the grand finals to potentially get some revenge against Team Cooper, who hasn't lost yet. Still 0-0.
Oh, we got the Trae Young back into the mix too. So it must have if I had to guess, it had to have been a strategy thing. It's like, oh well, Klay Thompson's out here. Let me get Jimmy Butler and let me try to work on Klay Thompson the entire time. So where now it's kind of like switched up. It's like, cool. Let me bring out Trae Young. I can get a 3-point shooter. We already ran this strategy against this team. We already beat them utilizing this strategy. So try to go with the same thing instead of trying to change something up.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's always been the motto, and it always will be the motto. Great shot goes up. Nice assist there from Trae Young. Take it 3-2 currently.
That right there, too. That, oh, my goodness. What
there
a block.
It is.
That,
Hey, we've been waiting on it, by the way, Dirk. We've been waiting on somebody to block this ringman Giannis, and finally we get it. And you were right. We talked about it a little bit during the break. It has to be from that side angle, as yet again, they knocked down another one from distance.
It's so tough to do. Like, we're starting to see the position that they have to be in to be able to get something like that to happen. But like, it's so much easier said than done. Like from our point of view, it's like, okay, like this is, you just, jump from the side, you get the block. As Trae Young got a steal, And now they can maybe start to try to pull away with this one. Yeah,
Wow.
5-point lead, a 7-0 run right now.
I mean, we know that the key to Noobkill's team success is ringman in the paint. And so far has gotten nothing for it. Noobkill says, I'll do it myself. Drives to the hoop, slams it down. Oh, 3-point game, but Sora's got the ball. Trey. I like this. I like this a lot from Inley. I think if he drives there, he doesn't necessarily get it down either. Pulling up from short, that's the 3rd time he's hit that field goal, and it's paying off. This is a nice play, a good strategy here from the home team, as it were, with the real legend.
I guess the only issue is, right, like when you have a lead, you don't have a Giannis on your side, so it's not like you can get a guaranteed 2. Like, I'm putting the stamp. It is like a guaranteed 2, basically. Like, there's a few instances where maybe they get the block, but as the game goes on, Giannis is going to get the better of them. So like, the offense might stagger just a little bit, but 11-6 with a minute to go. This has been right around the lead where we can consider it safe for a lot of these teams.
Yeah, totally agree. We're going to need to see a massive momentum shift. Looking for potentially a 3 here from Noobkill. Was about to call it, and he shoots it, and they're leaving him open for good reason. He can't hit the broadside of a barn as the real legend shows him how it's done. Answers back with the shot that, well, Noobkill just missed. 14-6. This one is not close.
I know the real legend's probably really happy seeing some of these shots drop, because in that game number 1 that they were playing, he didn't make a single. He had zeros across the board.
Yeah.
Game 2 made some plays, but good to see the 2 threes ended up dropping down for him.
I love how Ringman, every time he hits the Euro step slam, he throws up the thumbs up emote. I mean, I respect that a lot from you, Mr. Ringman. You know ball. You know what's up. Unfortunately, down by 6 with 15 seconds on the shot clock. We're just going to play a little bit of keep away as Inley, Sora throw it back and forth. But Sora says, never mind. Let me just put one down for you. Let's add insult to injury. I respect it.
When he sat there, he said, like, yeah, they're going to hold on to it. It's like, man, Sora's just been trying to put up any shots. It doesn't matter if they're up by double digits almost. They do win this one by 9. I'd be curious. Yeah, Sora gets the MVP. I mean, that was a close MVP shout.
Yeah,
I think,
was.
like, the box score will be like, it's probably pretty hard to judge who would get it, but it does go over to Sora and Trae Young. Only 3 points, but 6 assists.
Yeah, I think that's got to be the big ticker to give MVP out is you're just setting up your teammates for success. And so, yes, the real legend hit 6 there, or sorry, 8 actually, 8 points, and Inley had 6. It had to be super close between Inley and Sora. I mean, a matter of minuscule digits because we had blocks, we had assists, we had rebounds, and we had points on that side as well. So, really, yet again for this squad, a team effort victory. It's not a one-man show. And frankly, they shut down the one-man show on the other side with Ringman, and that gave them even more success. So I'll be curious to see what our other squad, what Ringman's team will do to find some semblance of success in the second round, because this could be a quick 2-0 if they don't do something quick.
Limit the jump shooting. Again, I don't want to be the commentator coach, but every time that we've seen them, even from that first matchup that they ended up playing, every single time with Sora was able to get some looks, and maybe they're not like the cleanest looks, but you could even see as that game was progressing, you have to worry about the 3-point threat. Worry too much about the 3-point threat, it's going to leave Embiid open. The adjustment that I've seen so far from this one, instead of just sending Embiid down low, Embiid's actually popping out and shooting a lot more mid-range jumpers on their side of DRL. So that's just something to keep in mind, and we'll have to see if any adjustments come. Again, we started to notice that there's a lot of people who are not respecting the jump shooters. They are playing double teams almost every single time. The difference is when Giannis is getting double teamed, he can Euro step and slice through 2. With Trae Young getting double teamed, it's just a whole lot of running around and banking on somebody messing up some type of rotation.
That's a great breakdown, and I believe the real legend, by the way, might have been, I think he had a total of 8 points, and I believe he was 4 for 4. I don't think he missed last round, so we'll see if he can do that again, see if that strategy pays off yet again, or if maybe Noobkill Squad can think about what they want to do. And this time, Inley doesn't pull up, just slams it down right in his face. Says, take that one home. Bake it like a cake.
We got our first Drew Holiday sighting out there in the game. Maybe, is this the counter? Is this Noobkill's counter to try to chase around Trae Young?
It's a 92 too. This is a strong one. I don't mind it. We'll see. He's got the speed to maybe hang with him, so this is going to try to put some more pressure on Sora. We dish it. Oh, DeReal throws one up with a prayer. And send a dove with that one. I don't think it's going in, but maybe a quick steal. Yes, does get it back.
Gotta get this back. I was about to say, don't be that guy to go up with it when there's a clear glowing line around the three-point line as the three goes up for Trae Young. I haven't seen a lot of success with the fades. The normal catch and shoots have been money for Sora when Trae Young has had it. Like, exactly like that. Right on.
There it is.
Love it when at times.
Yeah, that was perfect. 5-2 still, 3-point game, so nothing crazy yet, but still got to shut down Sora. And I think you're right. I think that was the noob kill play here, is you need somebody with a bit more speed to try to hang with Sora, especially outside three-point line. Able to stay coverage. There's Ringman doing Ringman things. Drives in, Euro step with Giannis, slams it down. No problem.
Also, do have to mention, whoever wins this one is actually going to be joining Team Cooper in Stage 3. That is where RJ Barrett is actually going to be featured and playing in those matchups. So, a lot of importance here as Sora goes crazy again with Trae.
Yeah, it's a big moment, too, because in the grand finals that we'll be witnessing next, if you win, you're playing with him. And if you lose, you're playing against RJ Barrett, playing with that winning team. So it'll be fun to see a bit of a rematch of the grand finals next week. But RJ Barrett into the mix will certainly change things up. It'll be really, really fun to watch, and love having RJ Barrett not only competing, potentially in the boost some. We'll have a chance to talk to him for a bit. So it'll be a really fun event. Stay tuned for that. Again, that's 1 p.m. PT next week. We'll talk a little bit more about that after the grand finals. But back against the wall and are able to tie it up. Here we go. 8-8 with a minute on the clock. This is a must-win situation for Noob Kill to force game 3.
I'm going to throw this out there. What if RJ Barrett loads up and he is just, like, phenomenal? Like, the best player that we've seen.
I'm not trying to spoil anything, but I've done one of these before with another NBA player, and I gotta say, he was nasty at the game. Like, not joking at all. So dang good. So definitely well within reason. We're gonna see that same thing from RJ Barrett. They just know the game, so they know when to go up, and their timing is nearly impeccable.
Well, that's a tough one there. I mean, 8-8, 30 seconds left. The shot clock is gonna be working against them, but... Oh my goodness, that might have been the stop of the game. And Drew Holiday hits the floor, misses the ball. They'll have a chance to try to get this one for the win. There's no separation between the clocks. They'll take their time with this, trying to hunt it around. Pascal Siakam has it walled up there by Tatum, and Embiid gets it over to Trae Young. Is it ice Trae time?
Wow.
Is it time for Trae Young to take a belt? The Euro, the pass out, Embiid! No! It's going to be time. We're going to go to overtime.
My good. I wonder if he just goes up with Trae there. He might be able to put it down. He had enough separation, I thought, but unbelievable. A chance to put it away. Couldn't quite put it down, and because of that, it's all tied up yet again. Another overtime in the losers bracket. I am here for this, by the way. I am so down for overtimes. This is my favorite part about 3v3s. Backs against the wall, and it is tied up yet again.
I think he had it with Trae. I think if he just went up for the layup, I think he gets it. I think they win the game. But, you know, it's very hard to judge those instances there because it was a good pass out. We'll see what they can do now. They go down to Embiid. Good patience. It pays off for the passing going around. 35 seconds here. 2-point lead right now. Team DRL are up. Drew Holiday gets a space for a shot. Moderately contested. Giannis is there for the rebound, though. A massive rebound coming from the Greek Freak. As Tatum forces one up. Can they get this board? The box out's there. It's all about the fundamentals. And this might have just done it. We'll see some more keep away going down. Well, never mind. Oh, DRL!
DRL says, Noob Kill, let me show you how to create content, my friend. Back against the wall. Send him home with that one. Job's not done yet, but it feels like it is. Look how much time's on the clock. You got to put it up quickly and then hope for a steal. But I just don't think there's enough time. They just throw up a prayer, and that is game, set, and match with Sora DRL. Moving on, and Sora just throws one up for free, and it goes in anyways. Unbelievable finish.
They play so different from some other teams. Like with the matchup we're about to see going up against Cooper, like they play keep away. Like as soon as they got a shot clock in their favor, like cool, no one's putting up a shot attempt. DRL, on the other hand, is like, as soon as we get the ball, it doesn't even matter. We're going to go up with it, no matter what. And there you can see the 9 points piling in there for Trae Young and Sora. The real legend, 2 points, 2 assists, and B chiming in, big block. I feel like just getting one block is sometimes all you need there, especially when you're going up against this Giannis. As there you can see the match winner setting up our grand finals. It'll be Team DRL advancing through the lower side of our bracket.
And who else besides Team DRL? This is a team I wanted to watch out for. And really, frankly, they found some team chemistry. I mean, they played as a team and they won as a team in the lower bracket, which is super exciting. So we're going to be seeing that rematch yet again from winners semis. We've got Team Cooper versus Team DRL. Shout out to Team Noobkill. Shout out to Team Q2 Easy, by the way, for joining us. That was such a fun event thus far, but both of them are knocked out of here, and we are into the final best of 3. This is grand finals. Everything else is wiped. It is just one singular best of 3 to see who wins and see who loses. Now, I want to remind you, Dirk, of the stakes. Both of these teams, they're going to be joining us next week, which is really exciting. They're going to be joining RJ Barrett, but only one team will actually be joining him to play with him on the same team. The winner of this grand finals plays with RJ Barrett. The loser plays against RJ Barrett and that winning team. So we'll see another revenge tour next week, 1 p.m. PT. And look, you were talking about it. RJ Barrett, is he going to be good? I did an event with Cat Williams himself. Mr. Cat was disgusting. I've got to be honest. This dude looked like he'd been grinding with the best of them on a ranked leaderboard. Cat was ridiculous. Karl Anthony Towns was disgusting on the court. In-game, obviously. Out-of-game on the actual NBA court. Fantastic player. But the dude looked like he has been mobbing an NBA Infinite since it dropped. And he was dominating. Actually took wins off of Sora, which was already an impressive feat. We've already been talking about how much Sora has been dominating today. And so I'm excited to see who gets to play with him. Maybe we'll see a little back and forth with Sora and RJ Barrett this time. I don't know. It's going to be really fun to watch out for and see which team wins this matchup. I don't know, Dirk. Do we want to go into predictions potentially? Do we want to see who maybe would win this? Who do you think's going to take it? Are you going with the underdogs? Are you going with the team that hasn't lost yet? I mean, we got a lot on the line here.
I'm going to go with this. I'm going to make the first prediction of the night. I will be going with Team Hooper to take this finals.
Okay.
I'm doing it. He was coaching me up today, helping me learn, some of the different nuances that you saw in the game. Give me Team Cooper, and give me, you know what? I'm feeling good. They're sweeping.
Or you think they're going 2-0? In the grand finals? Look, I gotta say, I don't care who you would have picked. I was going with Team DRL because I gotta stand on my original assumption. I gotta stand on Sora's supremacy. It's gonna make a move here through losers bracket. Gonna take down Team Cooper. Look, I respect you standing with your bro that's been helping you with learn the game, but let an experienced NBA Infinite caster show you what Sora could do in the grand finals. All right. So I'm going Team DRL. You're going Team Cooper, and we'll see who takes the win and gets to play with RJ Barrett.
I see that you're putting your face in Jimmy Butler, which means that you're probably not an Eastern Conference basketball fan. I feel like you're swaying out to the Western Conference. What NBA team do you like? Tell me.
Well, okay. Do we need this? This is a long soliloquy because I've been a long fan of the Spurs. Like I had a Tim Duncan fat head on my wall when I was 9 years old. I followed Manu Ginobili through the ringer. Okay, so I gotta stand with the Spurs regardless of where they're standing right now. And right now they're standing on a single player's back. And so I respect Wemby's supremacy. I respect the Spurs. But you could stand with your whatever. You're in the finals. You're doing your thing with your Mavericks. I see you. I hear you.
Hey, I mean, it's a 7'6" man, which means he has a very long back. So there's plenty of room on there for a generational talent. I can respect it though. It takes a lot for teams that are in rebuild stages to be like, yeah, I'm a huge fan of this team. Like, why would you be a fan? And be like, oh well, I used to watch Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili. Like, okay. Valid. I can't even say anything.
Yeah. I'm not like some bandwagon, standing on Wemby's back because, well, he just hard carries. But, yeah, I know. I've been watching them a really long time. But back to the game at hand. We got grand finals at hand. We can talk about our basketball beef or otherwise afterwards. 2-2, grand finals, best of 3. And again, no bracket reset. So it's winner takes all here in a single best of 3. And so far, pretty even. And talk to me about matchups here. You're seeing a lot of the same, player choices and things like that for the most part.
So we've actually seen a switch up from what we saw when this was played in the winner's bracket, where T. Cooper actually got the win. Sora came out on a Jimmy Butler selection. It was good enough for Team Cooper to get that win. So now we're seeing the switch up here. Sora's like, okay, I've been cooking with Trae Young. I've been facilitating the ball. Let me go back to Trae Young to be able to close out here in this tournament. So that's the one thing that we're noticing. Maybe we thought that the Jimmy, there could be a mismatch with the Klay Thompson. So, but now we get to see Sora, I feel like, kind of play in towards his element.
Yeah, I love that breakdown. Chat, who are you rooting for? It's 4-4. First game of the grand finals. You can't really take the top pick because it's just the best of 3. I mean, there is one team that hasn't lost yet, and apparently Dirk likes to go with, the fan favorite, the team that's apparently the, on stat sheet best team.
Oh,
I
that's
hear
why
you.
I took them.
Okay.
That's why. Come on, knock it down. Okay, that would have been cool. But, you see, they're cooking up. There's the one thing I've seen about Cooper. He can rebound with the best of them.
Wow.
And he can get some blocks with the best of them.
Yeah, I got to say, Cooper is really putting on a show for us. One of our content creators really dominating, not just fully relying on the Qualify East to hard carry. Cooper's really doing a great job in 3v3. Sora throws one up that, frankly, shouldn't have gone in, and it did anyways, because just so wide open. Why not? You're Sora. Put the team on your back, my friend.
You saw Klay Thompson get the little Tweety birds around the head. Ankles officially taken. They were snatched, and that just left a wide opening. I do like this, too, because the content creators, well, at least in that last possession, were actually guarding each other. So that always adds an interesting dynamic of this. And, of course, if I was a content creator, I don't want any smoke with anybody using Giannis. So I will back away.
That's exactly right. But chat, let us know who you think's gonna win. Who are you cheering for? Is it a friend or is it a bandwagon fan like Dirk? We'll see. 9-9, still a tight ball game in the first round though. 54 seconds on the clock.
Keep forgetting I'm getting called a bandwagon because they're in the winner's bracket.
Hey, you're just going with the stats. You're just trying to be right for your first time here with NBA Infinite. I respect it.
If I was going with the stats, Sora would have been the one to go to easily. Probably a combined from round 1 today all the way to now, probably upwards of 20 plus scoring, probably 15 plus assists.
That's right.
Oh!
No,
Cooper.
Dude, Cooper is not messing around right now. Unfortunately, doesn't end up paying off. The real legend with the bank shot from distance, baby. We take those.
You know how hard it is to bank shot a shot from the corner? Oh, that's money. Oh, yes. Swag Ranger with a step back 3.
This is about exactly how I expected it to go. Back and forth the entire first round. This is a must make here for Sora. Look at the clock. You miss this. If you don't get the rebound, if you do miss, first round will be done and dusted. Who are you going to give it to? Oh, in the air. Guy had a second effort in the air and a miss. Comes down with the board, though. 3 seconds. Can we tie it up or can we take the win? Step back shot from distance. Does not land. Oh, that's brutal. First round goes to you, Dirk.
And look who's the MVP. The same one that was in the closeout game up there in the winner's bracket. 3 assists, 2 blocks, 2 rebounds. Cooper came to show up. As I was saying, some of the content creators have been like, you know what? You guys qualified. You go ahead and cook up, filling up this stat sheet there. 2 blocks, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 points. Swag is real. From when we saw Swag in that first game, I was kind of like, oh man, from what I've been told, there's not a lot of Klay Thompson. If someone comes out of Klay Thompson, makes you kind of like a little stink face. Why would you do that to yourself? We didn't see a whole lot from Swag, but as the tournament has progressed on, Swag's starting to come into his element there with Klay.
Yeah, and I gotta say too, I think the Swag play is if you don't guard Klay, you're gonna be in for a rude awakening, and if you do guard Klay, the rest of his team can succeed. So I think that's the key. Is it's even just pulling some of that aggro over so that you have some more open lanes. Because when we watch some of these teams not guard Klay, I mean, he was averaging 6 to 9 points a game or around even. So excited to see what he'll do in this next round. Maybe we might see a tweak there where Klay will get open some more. But I think you're exactly right. I think Swag is a great player. He's been really putting on a show for us thus far. But backs against the wall. Gotta win. It's a best of 3. Coop on top so far. If they go back-to-back here and sweep, they will prove you perfectly correct. Not only the win, but also the sweep like you predicted. DRL, Sora. Come on, gentlemen. Lock it in. Inley, let's make it happen. I need at least a 1-1. Give me a round 3 in the grand finals. I'm here for it.
The format in the chat said he's torn between that. Jay Lee says Cooper's going to win. Sora's too clean with the crossovers. A lot of people coming in with their insights. Hard to pick. Like, I want a game 3 because we get a rematch of this a week from now. And RJ Barrett's in the mix. So, of course I want to see it, like, go down the stretch. But I also want my prediction to win. So, would be fine with this sweep too.
Inley pulls up yet again, catch and shoot just outside the paint. It's the right spot to be in. That's how they won a lot of their games before, was giving Inley some of those shots down below. But oof, another great shot there.
That was a fall away jumper with Anthony Davis. I've only seen Cooper shoot a lot of just catch and shoot shots there, but early 2-point lead. I know that they have been going to that Embiid pop out to the mid-range. Another ankle breaker. Oof. That's moderately contested. Free rebound, though, does go for Embiid. And they almost combined down there for a block. But almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
That's right. Oh, Swag wide open. Oh, no. This is what we were talking about. You leave Swag wide open with Clay. He's going to knock it down 9 times out of 10. That is so brutal. Now you're down by 3. Sora's been throwing up some crazy balls, and a lot of them have been working, but trying to get an ISO and gets it. That's gotta land. Thank you very much, Sora. Put Swag Ranger in a blender. Quite literally knocked back on that player. Look how much separation he had. That's gotta be like a full body length. That's like a 6-foot separation with that step back.
Had the stars floating around the head again, got another ankle breaker. And right now, I feel like Sora's unlocking almost like a meta here. It's like, okay, if I go one-on-one with Swag Ranger,
oh my gosh,
he can't guard me. He keeps getting stunned each time that they hit like the cross to the behind the back.
Yeah.
We'll see if Sora tries to keep on attacking that, because it's happened already. We're just in game 2. It's happened 3 times so far.
And it's got to keep happening. Sora's got to take the lead here.
Oh, there it is again! Oh, and it's
back
open!
To back. Sora, thank you, my friend. Job's not done. Up by 1.
Oh, as soon as we called it out, happens. So 2 times already this game, and that's a huge block there by Embiid. Trae Young hits the ground, comes up with the ball. And now we get to see if DRL is going to be able to cook up. Nope. Here we go. It's isolation ball. It's Trae Young. It's Klay Thompson. Now DRL with a wide open midi. It's a 3-point lead.
Remember when I talked about DRL's team, how they're really just a full team effort? Yeah, no longer. Give it to Sora. Let him do his thing. Let him cook.
Oh, moderately contested. Giannis able to get the rebound. We're seeing a lot less Giannis on the offensive end. So much more Klay Thompson here. As, in lead, the Embiid gets the rebound. That's from way downtown and heavily contested. And it is going to be Team Cooper getting that rebound. See if they can try to find an opening here for a 3. It looks like they'll go back to the offense that got them into this position. It's here with Giannis.
Inley just walked off the court after that one. Yeah, just not even close. I'm not even having any chance.
Just bulldoze like, nah, I don't want any part of this poster. But I think he got caught there on the highlight reel.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right, down by 1, but Sora's got the ball. Oh, DeReal throws that up. Oh no. Okay, we got the rebound. Inley is going big in the paint. I'm giving Inley MVP. I gotta say it. Sora been putting up. Cooper with another massive block. Oh, I'm in pain.
Oh, you know Sora's got a 3 in mind for the win. The screen hits hard, but also gets the bump there. It's for the lead. It's a miss.
DeReal is throwing up some crazy shots. I think chat was calling these thirsty threes. I like that terminology. These do look like a little bit thirsty threes here from DRL. Just a bit rust on the shots, and they're just playing keep away. It's going to be 4 seconds on the clock, 3 seconds on the clock, rather. If it's a possession game, they're going to probably throw one up, though, to burn that even more. Does not get it off in time.
No.
3 seconds on the clock. A 3 from Sora, wins it. A 2, ties it up.
Oh!
No way.
Cooper again.
With emphasis. MVP goes to Giannis for the rebounds and assists and a couple points. But Cooper, to close out the game, another block. with Anthony Davis. I am and it was just, that was his first in that round. He had a ton throughout the course of this event. Team Cooper with an emphatic block to close out the game and win as time elapsed. Team Cooper are your champions of stage 2 of the NBA Infinite Courtside Creator Showdown with RJ Barrett. And they're going to be playing. Team Cooper's playing with RJ Barrett next week at 1 p.m. PT. And well, if you miss Team DRL and you're sad they're going away, don't worry. They will be here next week as well, competing against Team Cooper again and competing against RJ Barrett. What a wild finish to the grand finals, Dirk.
I mean, what an intro to NBA Infinite being played at this level. I mean, shout out to every single team that participated. Well, one, my room's hot anyway, so I was already sweating. But I promise you, I was on the edge of my seat, and that was the entertaining. I guess I'm happy that we get to run that back next week with RJ Barrett in the mix, because that was a phenomenal series. I know we're sitting there, it's like we wanted a game 3 just to kind of live up to the hype. I will take a situation for a game saving block there for Cooper to be named champions. It was phenomenal all the way around. I like to see the different mixes of what we saw from some teams. Like, I feel like Giannis was almost a staple in every single team. There's some people who venture out and be like, maybe we don't want Giannis. Maybe we want to do something else. So ultimately, when you're looking at it, I know I was saying shoot more threes, get more three-point shooters out there. It was a little bit of the case there with Klay Thompson. I like Sora's play that we had there with the Trae Young. I can only imagine if you just give a souped-up Curry out there to Sora if things just like go crazy next week. I hope I don't have to see that.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, folks at home, if you enjoyed all the gameplay, you got to go get your hands on NBA Infinite now. Go download it for free using the link in the description to play for free. You can also use that QR code at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. You can screenshot it, tap it in your Photos app, or if you're on Android or iOS, doesn't matter. You can do that all the same. Go get your hands on NBA Infinite right now for free. And also go follow NBA Infinite on all major socials. Do you like events like this? Do you like NBA Infinite? There's always incredible content on all of those social medias, and maybe you would have heard about some of the qualifiers that were happening. We could have seen your gameplay here on main stage. Who knows next time? So pay attention to those socials. Go follow them: X, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and everything in between. That NBA Infinite official Discord as well. Again, all those links down in the description below. Folks, that's all we've got for today. Next week, though, 1 p.m. PT, 7 days from now on the 24th, you're going to see RJ Barrett joining us and joining Team Cooper to face off against Team DRL. Dirk, it was so much fun to have you here, my friend, and excited to bring in RJ Barrett with you. But any final thoughts for the broadcast before we close things out today?
I like what I saw. I want RJ Barrett averaging 10 points a game. I need to see something big coming out there from RJ. I mean, he's got a good cast around him. He's going to have some phenomenal teammates that we're going to see joining him. But he might be, it'll be interesting to ask him, like, when he plays Sora, like, after one game, be like, what's your mindset going?
Yeah, yeah.
Playing the NBA, you've been through so many different environments, so many different arenas, but playing Sora now, this might be one of the toughest matchups that you had in a one-on-one situation, but I think it's going to be phenomenal. Super excited to get everything underway next week.
Yeah, I am super excited about it as well. We loved having you here, Dirk, and looking forward to it. But folks at home, that's all we've got today. Next week, you're not going to want to miss it. 1 p.m. PT. Mark your calendars. And a reminder, we couldn't do an event like this without you, the viewer. So tune in next week. Would love to have you and love to hear your prediction. But that's all we've got here in the booth. Again, I'm Goj. That was Dirk. We had a blast. And tune in next week with RJ Barrett 1 week from today. Folks, have a great weekend.